Yeah, Newcastle United are on the verge of completing their second signing of the summer. That is after Newcastle finally agreed a fee with Leicester City for their winger Harvey Barnes. It's my understanding that that fee is £38 million, structured payments totalling £38 million as a result of that fee being agreed between Newcastle and Leicester City. Harvey Barnes will be given permission to travel to Newcastle, or perhaps even out here to the USA, where I am right now in North Carolina, to undergo a medical with Newcastle United. Newcastle flew in this afternoon into Atlanta themselves. They're already here in the US. I plan to travel to Philadelphia tomorrow and wait on them arriving in Philadelphia on Friday, where I'll join up with them and provide some updates, transfer updates and content for you guys here on YouTube. So Newcastle on the brink of securing their second signing of the summer. It's Harvey Barnes, the Leicester City winger. There was other interest in Barnes from a couple of other Premier League clubs, but the England international, one cap for England, Harvey Barnes, decided that Newcastle was where he wanted to play his football next season. He wanted to have a chance to play in the Champions League. He wanted to have a go on the biggest stage in European football. He'll now be given that opportunity should he pass his medical with Newcastle United. Of course, what has facilitated that deal is Alan St-Maximin on his way out the door to Saudi Arabia. He's in advanced talks with Al Ahly, one of the Saudi Pro League teams there, and the money that Newcastle should recoup from the sale of Alan St-Maximin will in turn be used to pay for Harvey Barnes. So as I say, £38 million for Harvey Barnes. I expect Newcastle to probably get around about 30 million, maybe a slight smidge more than that for Alan St-Maximin, so that should fund the majority of Newcastle's move for Harvey Barnes. And in that, Newcastle, what they've done is they've managed to navigate themselves their way around financial fair play. They are trading, as Eddie Howe said last night. They're managing to get some money in a transfer fee for Alan St-Maximin, and they can then in turn use that, and it looks good in their books as well that they're bringing money in. People keep asking, how are Aston Villa managing to sign all these players? How are Chelsea spending 600 million in the space of 2 or 3 windows? Look at the amount of players they have sold in recent times. Aston Villa got £100 million for Jack Grealish not so long ago. Chelsea have sold the likes of Eden Hazard for huge money, Tomori, Tammy Abraham in recent years, and they're structuring their deals over long 8-year periods to try and get themselves around financial fair play. So every club has got their own way of doing things. Even look at Manchester City. They can go out and splash a huge amount of money on someone like Erling Haaland, but look who they've sold in recent times. Gabriel Jesus, Raheem Sterling, Alexander Zinchenko. They're able to trade, and that's something Newcastle have not done since the takeover was pushed through nearly 2 years ago. They've spent now, including Harvey Barnes, that'll be I think 390 million pounds, and they've only sold up until now Chris Wood and John Joe Shelby for a combined 16 million. So that is the situation Newcastle have got. Yes, they'll get additional funds from the Champions League in terms of prize money. For each point they get and each win they get, they'll get more prize money, but that's only £30 million for qualifying. That is all they get. Until they manage to get extra revenue into the club in terms of sponsorship, they're going to be in this situation. So they're essentially buying time, sacrificing Alan St-Maximin to bring in Harvey Barnes. He's clearly a player that Eddie Howe wants in terms of his goal contributions, his assists, his work rate. Perhaps didn't feel that Alan St-Maximin was contributing as much as Harvey Barnes would do, and although he liked Alan St-Maximin as a player and a character around the place, he's had to be creative in the market. That's what Eddie Howe said at Gateshead at the weekend. He said, I need to be creative. He's doing so here. £38 million agreed now with Harvey Barnes. I'm told that personal terms are all agreed as well. It's just the case of the Leicester winger with one cap for England now undergoing a medical at Newcastle United to formalise that transfer. So as I say, I'm over here in America already, taking in Chelsea against Wrexham tonight, and then it'll be off to Philadelphia tomorrow. Got a helicopter flying over right now. I am going to have a little early bet on that maybe being Ryan Reynolds turning up for the match tonight. Of course, Wrexham, who Chelsea play, owned by Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, the two Hollywood actors. That was unusual, seeing that just flying over just now. Maybe that is Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney arriving tonight. Chelsea against Wrexham tonight, and then of course Chelsea move on and play Newcastle next week in Atalanta. We'll have Harvey Barnes, by then you would expect, will be over here in the US with his new Newcastle United teammate. So that's the breaking news for you right now from the US. The Newcastle have agreed that fee with Leicester City, £38 million in total package for Harvey Barnes, and he's set to be unveiled as a Newcastle United player very shortly.